everyone, my name is Camilla and I am a graduate student and the lab manager here at the University of Miami's Shark Research and Conservation Program. Welcome to our first episode of Where Sharks Roam, Tropical Marine Ecosystems of South Florida. Our exploration starts in the magical world of mangroves. We will learn how to identify the 3 species of mangroves found here in South Florida, investigate the importance of mangroves in our coastal ecosystems, and finally, consider the ways that we can help conserve them. And of course, we'll check out what shark species call these places home. Let's get started.
Mangroves are trees and shrubs that grow in tropical and subtropical coastal intertidal zones, or where the water meets the land. There are over 80 species of mangroves around the world. Mangroves live in conditions that would kill most other plants. These trees have developed some really cool adaptations to get enough fresh water and oxygen in the hot, muddy, and salty environments they grow in.
To get plenty of fresh water, mangroves have a filtration system that removes up to 90% of salt from seawater, just like a desalination plant. To store as much fresh water as possible and prevent excessive evaporation, mangroves hoard fresh water in their thick, succulent leaves. The roots of a mangrove tree are super strong. So strong, they keep a mangrove anchored and upright even with beating waves and shifting sediment. They also are really important for capturing oxygen for the tree.
Florida is home to 3 species of mangroves: the red, the black, and the white mangroves, each with their own unique adaptations to life on the coast. Let's get a closer look at each of our local species. The red mangrove grows right along the water's edge. This species is easily identified by its prop roots, the reddish tangled mass that make the mangrove appear to be standing on the water. This species uses thousands of small pores called lenticels. When these pores are uncovered at low tide, they take in oxygen from the air, since the sediment they grow in has very low oxygen levels. When the tide begins to rise, the pores close tightly to keep the tree from drowning. The red mangrove has large, dark green, waxy leaves with light undersides. Red mangroves reproduce by dropping long torpedo-shaped germinated seedlings called propagules. They are ready to root and grow a new mangrove tree the moment they fall. The black mangrove is usually found on slightly higher elevations than the red mangrove. This species can be recognized by its roots, or pneumatophores, that pop up from the sediment. These pencil-like projections can grow up to a foot tall and make it possible for the black mangrove to take in oxygen even during high tide. The leaves tend to be smaller and narrower than those of the red mangrove. The leaves are also encrusted with salt, which they excrete when filtering salt water. The white mangrove can be found on even higher ground than the red and black mangroves. The roots of this species are shorter, stouter versions of the black mangrove's pneumatophores. The white mangrove produces oval leaves with 2 distinguishing white glands at the base, which is how the white mangrove excretes excess salt. Mangrove forests have a bunch of important jobs they provide for us and the environment. Their elaborate root systems accumulate organic matter and sediment as they help filter harmful pollutants from the water entering our oceans and bays from the land. They also slow the flow of water, help stabilize shorelines against erosion, and form a buffer zone that reduces hurricane and storm surge damage. Coastal habitats like mangroves trap excess carbon dioxide in the sediments they accumulate, a natural tool we can use to reduce atmospheric CO2 and mitigate the effects of climate change. Finally, mangroves provide essential feeding and nursery grounds for lots of juvenile critters like commercially important fish, turtles, and sharks. Small lemon shark pups stay in the complex mangrove habitat where they have plenty of food to hunt and lots of complex shady shelter to hide from their predators, like large adult sharks. When they get older and bigger, they leave the mangroves and head out to sea. Despite their importance, mangroves are disappearing faster than the rainforest, with only an estimated 50% of global mangrove forests remaining. Deforestation is the biggest threat to mangroves. Here in Florida, coastal development is the main driver of this deforestation, destroying our remaining mangrove forests. People in South Florida are investing in mangrove restoration and protection projects, like the beginnings of this living shoreline on Virginia Key.
But it's not just elected officials who have the power to make a difference. All of us can practice environmental stewardship and help protect mangroves. Talk to your family about not using any fertilizer during our rainy season. Get involved and go volunteer at a mangrove restoration site, or buy sustainably harvested seafood at the grocery store. It's important for us to do our part to help protect mangroves and the rich variety of life that depends on them, including us. See you on the water. Bye.